This is wonderful. I'm trying to find Sherry, but somehow I don't see her. Is she joining us sometime today?
Yeah.
Is she's coming? Okay. So I would like to ask everyone to arrange your camera so that we can start meditation. And as we are sitting in a comfortable meditation posture with the back erect, side cast down, let's make the first determination in our minds voicelessly. From now on, for 15 minutes, I will meditate on muscles and radiate loving kindness without any movement. From now on, for 15 minutes, I will meditate on muscles and radiate loving kindness without any movement. From now on, for 15 minutes, I will meditate on muscles and radiate loving kindness without any movement. And with that determination, we can gently, lovingly notice the flat piece of flesh at the top of the head. We allow it to be heavy and changing. We continue to the forehead, eyes, nose, lips, chin, cheeks, ears, back of the head, and we allow all of the muscles and flesh throughout the head to be heavy and changing. We continue to the neck, shoulders, arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, palms, fingers, tips of fingers, chest, abdomen, back, and we allow all of the muscles and flesh throughout the upper part of the body to be heavy and changing. And we continue to the buttocks, thighs, knees, calves, heels, soles, toes, tips of toes, and we allow all of the muscles and flesh throughout the body to be heavy. And we enjoy this heaviness. We allow all of the body to be the way it is. So now let's observe the relationship between the mind and this freedom from worry about the body. Is the mind with that object of freedom? How well is the mind established in that object? Is that object pleasant for the mind? How much? Is there any change happening in that relationship? So let's now observe this peace we gain from this freedom from worry. And if you do not experience peace, at least experience gratitude. Realize you have clothes on your body. You have roof above your head. You get some food to eat every day. Not everybody is so lucky. So be grateful for that. Be happy about that. Enjoy that fact that you have all those basic things. So now let's share this peace, or let's share this lucky situation with other living beings. And we can start in our room. We can wish all beings in our room to enjoy at least as much peace and luck as we are enjoying ourselves. So in our minds, voicelessly, we can recite the wish. May all beings in this room be in peace. May all beings in this room be in peace. And let's gradually expand our thought of loving kindness. May all beings in this building be in peace. May all beings in this city or village be in peace. May all beings in this country be in peace. May all beings on this continent be in peace. May all beings on this planet be in peace. May all beings, including me, be in peace. Now, because the time for the sitting is finished, let's make the last determination in our minds voicelessly. From now on, I will always be mindful and shine with loving kindness. From now on, I will always be mindful and shine with loving kindness. From now on, I will always be mindful and shine with loving kindness. And with that determination, we can slowly, mindfully change the way of our sitting. And when we meditate 15 or more minutes, let's take one more minute after meditation, during which we will be without any movement, totally motionless, and enjoying for 1 minute the peace we gained in meditation. Okay, very well. So let's move on to reciting. Today is the Sri Lankan pronunciation, and because most of you already know it very well, we'll do it without the paper. And so as soon as you get ready, you can unmute yourself. You can keep your hands together, which means that you mean it seriously, to take the Refuges 5 precepts. And so I will say Yamahang Vadami Tang Vadeta, which means what I say you say, repeat after me. And then you can reply Ama Bhante, which means yes, Venerable Sir. So let's try that together. Well, let's wait a moment for Timu and Jeffrey. Got Jeffrey, so we can start. Yamahang Vadami Tang Vadeta. Yes, please everyone unmute, yes. So you can repeat after me. Aham Bhante Tisaranena Saha Panchasilang Dhammang Yajami. Anugahang katva Silang de tame bhante Anukampang upadaya Dutiyampi aham bhante Tisaranena saha Panchasilang dhammang yajami Anugahang katva Silang de tame bhante Anukampang upadaya Tatiyampi aham bhante Tisaranena saha Panchasilang dhammang yajami Anugahang katva Silang de tame bhante Anukampang upadaya Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa Buddhang saranang gacchami dhammang saranang gacchami sanghang saranang gacchami Dutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami Dutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami Dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami So there is a difference between Dutiyampi and Tatiyampi. Dutiyampi and Tatiyampi seems to be the same, but the first one starts with DU and the second one starts with TA. Tatiyampi. So let's try that again. Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami
Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Very well. So now, because you have taken the three refuges completely, I will acknowledge that, and you can then reply Ama Bhante, which means yes, Venerable Sir. So let's try that together. Sarana Gamanang Paripunnam. So now come the 5 precepts. The first one means I follow the precept, the rule of refraining from killing living beings. Means we never harm any living being. Instead, we wish everyone and we support everyone in the best health, in the best happiness. Panatipata. Veramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami. The second precept means I follow the precept of refraining from taking what is not given. It means we never steal. Adinadana Veramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami. The third precept means I follow the precept of refraining from sexual misconduct. It means when you have a husband or wife, you never cheat on them. Ideally, when you have a husband or wife, you never fall in love with anyone else. Kame sumicchachara Veramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami. The fourth precept means I follow the precept of refraining from false speech. It means we never tell lies and everything we say must be true. At least it must be from our side true. We can be wrong, it's no problem, but we must believe that what we say is absolutely true. Musavada Veramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami. The fifth precept means I follow the precept of refraining from drinking alcohol and taking drugs. So that means we never drink alcohol, we never take drugs, even if this is just one time in our life. Even if this is just very little bit so that I do not lose my friend. No, never. Only when you stick to your principles will you gain trust from others. As soon as you allow others to move you, to take you out of your stability, well, then they will not believe you anything anymore. So it's about the strictness to the principles that allows you to gain trust. That allows others to gain trust in you. Sura Meraya Majja Pamadatthana Veramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami. So now I will encourage you all to protect and follow these 3 refuges and 5 precepts very well, and to make effort mindfully. When you keep mindful, you can notice you desire to break any of the 5 precepts before you break them, and therefore you have enough time to remove it and never break it. And then if you agree, you can reply Ama Bhante, which means yes, Venerable Sir. So let's try that together. Tisaranena sadhing panchasilang dhammang sadhukang surakkitang katva appamadena sampadeta. May you be happy, may you be healthy, and may you soon attain the eternal bliss of Nibbana. Very good. So now we still have quite nice amount of time. So I would like to suggest that we read our notes from it's one of the last chapters, right? I think next week we can finish up the book. What do you think about that? It's been enough, right, of the book. I'm fed up with it. When I'm doing some work too long time, I'm fed up with that. I like to move on, So we've been with this book for about like 6 months or longer. So let's finish this up and move on to something amazing, to something else. And I have selected something else amazing, and that is a Buddhist book. It is called Dhammapada Commentary. And that will be a book that will truly open up for you the Buddhist teachings in all aspects. There are stories, explanations, philosophies, lists of various things and characters and ideas and histories and so many things in that book. And it's so easy to read. It's so interesting. The stories, sometimes they're complicated, but sometimes they're quite long. But I think they're very interesting and they're basic knowledge. If you ever want to say that you follow the Buddha's teachings, or that you know it, or that you study it, well, then you need to know Dhammapada very well. Dhammapada stories are the basic knowledge. You need to know them. So this would be probably even more interesting than what we are reading now. What we are reading is a little technical, not so bad, but somewhat technical. What is there is sometimes it looks like a fairy tale, sometimes like a novel, sometimes like a love story. Various things are there. So then, but at the same time, you learn about the idea, how to be happy, what brings suffering, what brings happiness, from the deepest point of view, from the point of view of the Buddha, from the point of view of enlightened beings, from the point of view of cause and effect, action and consequence. All right, so we are there at the chapter before the last chapter. So again, I would like to stress it that next week, let's finish this up. Not today yet. And so we have chapter. What's that chapter? So we have our chapter 16. That's called Crime and Punishment. And we were reading the second portion of that chapter. So hopefully every one of you have read it. We will find out soon. And please read just one sentence, because we are quite a lot of here, and I hope there will be some questions so that we have some time for that. So let's start with Jake. Jake, did you finish reading chapter 16?
Yeah.
Yes, please. You can start.
If the normal balance between the frontal lobes and the limbic system have been interrupted by a tumor per se, it can lead to limbic overdrive, resulting in potential rage anger.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to find. Oh, I see it. Yes, very nice. Thank you very much, Yamo.
In other words, juveniles are less capable neurologically than adults of making mature decisions and are more vulnerable than adults to external influences.
Yes, very good. Thank you. Sure.
Every year, about 200,000 youths between the ages of 12 and 17 are arrested for violent crimes. Overcrowding and abuse in reform training schools brought juvenile rehabilitation into discussion of civil rights activists in the 1960s, and ultimately in two landmark cases to the U.S. Supreme Court.
Thank you very much. Max?
Um, 25-year-old Charles Whitman killed his wife, mother, and 13 other people before getting killed by police. However, he wrote this suicide note stating was many, stating that he did not feel in trouble with this act. He also questioned the audience after his inevitable death, and when one was performed, doctors found it to be part of the routine.
Max, I will ask you to come closer to the microphone because I didn't hear you clearly. Can you come closer to the microphone and read it again for us? Because I understood nothing. I have no idea what you are reading about.
Can I read it again?
Yes, and come please close to the microphone so that I can understand.
25-year-old Charles Whitman killed his wife, mother, and 13 other people before getting killed by police. However, he wrote a suicide note the day before his massacre of many, stating that he did not feel in control of his murder charges. He also requested an autopsy after his inevitable death, and anyone was performed not just by the shooter, but after the recently killed.
Yes, thank you. So that was one of those stories. Seems like that was from the first half, so no problem. Thank you very much. Sandy? Oh, I cannot hear you at all, Sandy. Can you come very, very close? You probably can hear me. Yeah, you're still very far. Can you come even closer? Seems you are far from the microphone. Or maybe you thought that you have a microphone in your headphones, but that definitely doesn't work. Barely. I will, just a moment. I will switch to my AirPods. Okay, I'm listening.
Perhaps science and society should show greater mercy to young souls, giving them a greater chance to reform themselves at the risk that they will kill again. That is not our decision to make.
Yes, perfect. Thank you. Jeffrey, did you finish reading chapter 16?
Although adolescents must be held responsible for their actions, they generally lack mature decision-making capability, have inflated appetite for risk, are prone to influence by peers, and do not accurately assess future consequences.
Thank you. Timo, did you finish reading chapter 16?
I was almost done with that. I'm at the end. I'm at the end.
You're not there. So so where are you? Until which portion did you read?
But that I do at least in part to something I said earlier. So like that at the last
Just let
page.
me know. Just let me know until what portion of the book did you read the book?
Like, what do you mean by portion?
Can you tell me until which chapter? Which chapter have you finished? What is the last chapter that you have finished in the book?
Last chapter I finished with 15.
15. You have finished chapter 15? Okay, that's good. Well then, it's just one more chapter. That's good. So do you think you can read chapter 16? It's a little longer. And chapter 17, you know, the finishing little part by the time of our next meeting? Okay.
Yes.
Well, then you will hold the book finished. Yes. If you can finish the book, well, then it is finished. Isn't that wonderful? I find it amazing.
I took notes of, like, I took notes for chapter 16. If you want me to say it?
You took them. Yes. If you have it, then of course, please read.
Most traveling studies in this regard may be that of those adolescents who are mentally ill, less than 25% get treatment, which means like people who got the trouble criminal status, like 25% of them like get treated, and 75% they don't get treated. It's ill.
Yes, thank you very much. So who did I forget? Did I forget anyone? It seems like I didn't forget it. Yeah, oh, I forgot Yaza. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, Yaza, please.
Adulthood is split into different stages. These stages are roughly 20 to 45, 45 to 65, and 65 to death.
Okay, thank you. So let me read my note. The reach of the mass media and their saturation of our daily lives obscures the fact that juvenile violent crime rates, which did increase between 1985 and 1994, actually decreased by half between 1995 and 2011. And the second point is a little hidden inside a sentence. It is virtually impossible to parse the role of the brain from other biological systems and contexts that shape human behavior. All right, so I'm very happy that we could share our notes, and now is the time for questions. So if you have anything you would like to say or comment or add or ask regarding this chapter or anything at all, now is the time. Okay, seems like everything is clear. I'm so much looking forward to see us reading Dhammapada. Actually, that is coming after 2 weeks, but I'm just so much looking forward to that because Dhammapada, that is the tome of wisdom. That is the ultimate book that if you read it, if you read it all, and we will be probably reading it about a year. It will take us a long time. And we will probably be reading more than we are reading here in this book. But it will be easier, because there are so many so weird, mysterious stories. It's like Harry Potter squared. It's so wonderful. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that. Hopefully, then you will have some more questions. So it was a pleasure to see you all. I'm happy that we are finishing up the book. Please, everyone, finish the book, read the book until the end. I hope to read not only the remaining Beyond Adolescence and the postscript, but also the notes. You may like to read the notes. Sometimes there are there is hidden golden dust in the notes, so you may like to read the notes as well, but I will expect from you notes only from the Beyond Adolescence and Postscript chapter. So if you don't want to read the notes, you don't have to. It depends entirely on you. So it was a pleasure to see you today. May you be happy, may you be healthy, and may you be successful in everything you do.
Everybody, please unmute and say goodbye to Seattle. Goodbye, Venerable Sir.
Goodbye, Venerable Sir.
Yes, thank you.